Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be a best of one, not from any particular tournament, just from the W3 Arena website, which, of course, many people who play on the W3 Arena servers, or servers, program, whatever it's called, upload the replays and all that, and we are going to have a Night Elf versus Undead. Because we don't have any observers, since this is 1v1, I guess I'll have to look through the perspective of the player, which can be somewhat inconvenient, because I have to turn on the Fog of War, but oh well. We are going to have Ente spawning in as the light blue undead player in the top left, and he's under the name King Time. I could have sworn he was under a different nickname the last time I casted him, and in fact I only casted him once on the channel, which was a 2v2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ente had a nickname like MacGyver or something like that. Either way, he will be under the name of King Time, and he will be facing off against VolanD, who has the I am tag. Trying to remember some of the I am members. Honestly, the only one that is ingrained in my head is Shishi. Not sure if he's still with I am. I'm pretty sure he is still I am. It's very hard to keep track of this, especially since I don't actually play on the W3 Arena anymore. Either way, both players I'm assuming is going standard mass school opening, perhaps for Ente here. We'll have to see if he goes for ghoul number 4 or not. He is scouting with an acolyte, so maybe, maybe not. No, never mind, he is sending a ghoul out into the front lines. Acolyte was taken out by the Demon Hunter, so VolanD. I don't know too much about him, honestly. He doesn't have that many games on YouTube. He does have, I think, only one game, sadly. It was his game against Sonic a couple of months ago. Yeah, somewhat interesting, because from the looks of it, he plays pretty much standard, like every Night Elf player does. Yeah, so we'll have to see if he actually, if he is a star-shaped or if he is not. So far he's not. Does seem to be like a standard Night Elf player here. Death Knight versus Demon Hunter matchup. One thing to note is that Death Knight does have the Unholy Aura, so that is going to show VolanD that mass ghouls will be coming up very soon. Plus you can hear all those ghouls popping up in the background anyway. Yeah, I forgot to mention that I have a bit of a cold, so if I do sound a little weirder than usual, then it is that reason. So anyway, let's see how this is actually going to turn out. Demon Hunter did get level 2. Not sure if he got Immolate or not. He will get that boot. The pairs of boots, just in case he wants to escape that possible surround that those ghouls could maybe get on. Of course, it's much harder to surround someone as little as an archer, but pretty much, Ante's just gonna kill her. Who needs to surround if he can just kill her? So far, not much is actually going on. Both players are tier 2, or in progress of getting tier 2. I believe Ente did get his much earlier, a little earlier. Graveyard being placed down there as the Hunter Soul as well, so yeah, both players looking to go their mid-game strategy. And here we go with a surround onto the Demon Hunter. He will go and TP Staff out of there. It's quite an investment, honestly, picking up both the staff and the boots just to deal with that surround threat. But I guess, you know, you'd rather spend gold on that instead of gold on reviving the hero. Pretty ballsy, creeping decision here from VolanD. He is going to try and take out this rock golem camp with just that one Ancient of War, and actually he will be able to manage, surprisingly. Level 2 for the Death Knight, level 2 for the Demon Hunter, very close to level 3. VolanD still nowhere capable of getting a second hero just yet. He has to wait a couple more seconds. Scroll of the Beast, I'm not sure if that's a worthwhile item to keep. Especially at, like, when you're a Night Elf. I mean, you're gonna get bears anyway, so, like, that item's only there to save mana. Instant jump to tier 3 for our friend Ente here. He will go for a Slaughterhouse. I'm guessing he's timing his Lich with the tier 3 completion as well, just to synchronize that Orb of Corruption. VolanD will be losing himself an Ancient of War here, as does not seem like that VolanD will actually send his Demon Hunter at all. I mean, it would be foolhardy anyway, because he's not going to do much. Panda coming in to deal with this early game threat from Ente here. Still a little risky, even though the Panda's really good against the mass ghouls. I mean, he has no way of getting out. Don't even have a staff preservation. There we go with the surround onto the Panda. I'm imagining the TP staff being given over to the Panda, so it doesn't seem like it wasn't needed entirely. The Panda needs to get level 2 or level 3 to actually start killing these ghouls. Otherwise, he's going to be more of a burden, honestly, than anything else. We do hear the Lich popping out for Ente, and TP staff's just too late at that point. Even if he started channeling, he would have taken too much damage. Alright, so Ente didn't actually synchronize his Lich with the tier 3 completion, but I guess the Lich is just gonna stick around until that's done. It does seem like Ente is going for the pretty standard Crypt Fiend Obsidian statues into destroyers. I mean, no matter what, even if you go mass ghoul opening, unless you like keep the mass ghouls, you will undoubtedly go to the Crypt Fiend / Obsidian statue, just because it's been formulated to be the most consistent undead build. I guess that's the reason why the meta game nowadays hasn't really changed all that much, sadly. It's because all the possibilities have been dried out so much that there's not that much variety that works. And I do know this is going to be a long ass game, which is hopefully enough to satiate you guys, since I haven't been casting all that much. Alright, a couple of Dryads here for VolanD. Yeah, it's still risky to fight head on against Ente, honestly. We are going to have a couple of Breath of Fires being tossed around here and there. I mean, it can kill, just not, it doesn't kill that well. Staff Preservation has been used very nicely there. Unfortunately, that does leave the Demon Hunter vulnerable, and that was a little crazy. That was easily TP scrollable. It's maybe a latency issue, since this is not an offline tournament. Destroy form has been completed. Wow. Casting from a player's perspective can actually have its merits as well. Alright, so the problem here is that VolanD has lost his heroes twice, meanwhile Ente hasn't. So that does mean VolanD is spending a lot more resources into things that, you know, he would have much preferred to spend elsewhere. 35 for Ente. I have to switch to VolanD to see his supply. So 40 versus 42. Are we gonna start having those Crypt Fiend numbers go boom or something? We do have a Naga Sewage coming out for Ente, so yeah, you can definitely see this hero composition really wants to just pick off units. Most likely the Frost Arrows have been picked up at level 1, which is indeed the case. Any stragglers will have a very difficult time escaping this undead threat, because like it's not only Frost Arrows, Frost Nova can actually maybe kind of slow things down as well for VolanD here. Double destroys in the air, that is going to be very, very nice against those bears, because like bears are really good because they can rejuvenate, but bears are really bad when rejuvenate gets eaten by the destroyers. So these destroyers are like making quick work out of these bears. It's not really, you know, ideal either, because I mean bears are vulnerable to those destroyers since they can't attack here and they receive bonus damage from magic. That was a little unfortunate there from Ante's part, losing his Lich, and I guess that is mainly to blame the Death Knight or Ente. Basically Ente, because he went to that fight with his Death Knight low on mana. That shouldn't really happen, unless he was really confident that he was going to lose his units. Like the Death Knight is there to save his friends or comrades. I guess friends is not really undead like. Minions, I guess. Alright, Lich is going to go back, or come back from the Altar of Darkness. We do have an A-bomb up for Ente as well, so that is going to be a little bit of beefy frontline for him as well. We're not really killing it with the Crypt Fiend numbers here. But then again, I guess he's not really killing it with the Destroyer numbers either. Never mind. There we go, triple destroyers, no statues, which again can be a bit of a problem when Ente wants to fight long fights, because he's gonna run out of mana. Alright, I don't know what, I'm looking at Ente too much. I should look at VolanD as well. So right now he's level 4, level 3 on his panda, meanwhile Ente is 432. Sobi Mask as well as the Pendant of Mana. So this is the better version of the Pendant of Energy. That's like these are really the two really good items for the panda. Increased mana regen, which is, you know, great. More mana capacity is like a lot better than regen in my opinion, because you don't have to wait, you can just use. And there we go with all that usage. We do have a health pot being used on the Naga Sewage. Death Knight's gonna die again, which is somewhat surprising. We also have the panda being killed off as well. I don't know what happened there. VolanD, it looked like he was very confident, but at the same time it didn't work out for him. I don't know what happened. Is he going to actually revive both of his heroes through the tavern? That would be very expensive. Can he afford it? Not really. He already revived one hero, that's why. We did have the Demon Hunter being revived. He's gonna sell his items there, maybe get the resources in order to revive back that panda. That's bad. VolanD's losing his heroes a lot. I mean, sure, Ente lost his Lich once, but I think that was an understandable thing. because maybe he was sure that he wasn't gonna lose the Lich. But VolanD, wow, that was worrisome. This game actually reminds me of a comment I read on the Warcraft Arena site, where Night Elf is basically the only race that can lose his heroes 50 times, or something like that, and still be in the game, which is very funny, honestly. Yeah, we gotta keep seeing if VolanD is gonna keep losing his heroes or something like that. I really hope, like, saying VolanD is kind of awkward. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I hope it's not something like VolanD. It would make sense. It's almost spelled like Poland. Oh well. We're gonna have both players going into low upkeep. Neither player has reached 80 just yet, but it does seem like Ente is getting there. He is going for an expansion, surprisingly. Uncharacteristic of an undead player. But it's Twisted Meadows. It's a big map. Why can't you take advantage of that? So, we will have that coming down. And of course, VolanD. Surprising that I didn't notice this, but I guess it's really hard to spot an expansion, especially a gray expansion on the minimap. So I do apologize about that. Both players are TPing respectively. The only loss is going to be on Ante's side, where he loses the Crypt Fiend. I guess you can count the Entangled Goldmine being destroyed, as well as all those wisps. VolanD's loss as well. So yeah, the big thing is both players are going for expansions, which means they don't mind playing the long game, and honestly that's probably what we're gonna get, because this is an extremely long game, which I'm fine with. This does increase the chances of level 6 heroes, and yeah, like VolanD has a high chance of getting both of his heroes to level 6. I'm not sure about Ente. Maybe his Death Knight, but like since Ente has 3 heroes anyway, I highly doubt that he'll get that many level 6s. And plus, like, Death Knight doesn't even have that much of an exciting ultimate ability anyway. Staff of Silence, so that's like the substitute for the Dark Ranger, honestly. Like, he chose the Naga, he can't choose the Dark Ranger, but since he got the Staff of Silence, it's no problem. The only, this is no problem either. He does seem like he is whittling away against VolanD's army, mainly the bears. His Lich is facing a bit of a problem. Hopefully the Death Knight can keep him up long enough. Scroll of Healing has been used from the Naga Sea Witch, but that is going to be the scroll used up there. A-bombs just making work against these Dryads. Now that the bears are gone, no one can actually stand toe-to-toe with these A-bombs. Should probably micro that abomination away. Okay, Site Preservation has been used on the Demon Hunter. This is going to be VolanD running away here. I think. I don't know why he would TP Scroll. He should have just ran. Yeah, there we go. He lost himself a Dryad as well. I thought he could have run. I don't see the point in like spending that much gold on the TP Scroll. I forgot what the gold cost was. I think it's like 350 or 450, something ridiculous like that. Yeah, bit of a mishap there from VolanD. I think he needs to change his composition, because it's not going to work out while there are still those destroyers. I remember, like, I'm not sure if it was against an undead, but I remember someone like Tho, who was off racing at the time. I guess if he was off racing, he was playing human. But he just went Hippogriffs and Hippogriff Riders. they did a surprising amount of work, and I think, you know, even though riders don't make sense, hippogriffs kind of do. So, just to deal with these destroyers, it's not like hippogriffs are out of the meta anyway. I guess it's just you need to make Ancient of Winds. And we did hear a little bit back, but both players are losing themselves their first gold mine. So that added boost of gold gathering is gonna cut in half. Plus, since they're at low upkeep, it's even less than what they usually take or usually get. Ente's sitting on a lot of resources. Meanwhile, VolanD, he's doing well with his macro game, honestly. Keeping that resource count low. Although, you know, I don't like this army comp. Maybe the added bit of dryads might be able to help things here. Definitely lots and lots of bears is not going to cut it because they're just going to get cut down by the destroyers anyway. So yeah, let's see how this army composition will do, where we have a lot higher of a ratio of dryads. I guess it's gonna depend on how Ente uses his abominations, because they like, as soon as the bears went out, they went after the dryads. Wow. 2 Robe of Magi and Orb of Corruption, that equates to plus 17 attack. That's almost like a Claw of attack. VolanD actually tried to expand there. I don't know why. Maybe he wanted to expand close to kind of control the majority of the map, but that was, without guards, that was really risky. Okay, here we go. Nice drunken fire right there, but a lot of burst coming down on the panda. He is going to be forced to preserve much early on. He can come back with the TP staff. Fortunately, let's see if that happens. There we go. But we do hear the bears like getting picked off one by one. This is going to be a little problematic for VolanD because once these bears go down, the 3 abominations are just going to go straight after those dryads who are meant to deal with those destroyers. And so far, they've only been able to kill one of those destroyers. Panda's going to get lightning to the face, or I guess the back since he was turned around. And yeah, Ente once again looks like he's going to win this fight. Stat preservation has been used on a dryad once again, and he's just going to run. Yep, I still stand by what I said. I think VolanD needs to adjust his army composition. Like, this is pretty much the same message to like pretty much every Night Elf player that like goes this. I'm trying to think of like any Night Elves that won in this kind of situation where they just went double ancient lore against, you know, a strong undead army. I don't know, not much comes to mind. But either way, the Death Knight will get that level 6, so a little depressing. I honestly would have liked the Metamorphosis from the Demon Hunter first, and it kinda has an instant impact anyway. Ray's dead. The only problem is you gotta kill them first in order to have corpses, and yeah, well, might be a slightly bit of a problem here. At least VolanD is using his rejuvenation where when the destroyers are not here, not present in the fight, and now the duration has expired. Probably shouldn't use that rejuvenation again, but yeah, the bears are just running away from the destroyers. I guess the only way to force this is to force the heroes from dying. Level 6 on the Demon Hunter, he will metamorphosize and he will hopefully try and deal with these heroes with all this chaos damage. He is going to chase the Naga Sea Witch, and you can see the Naga Sea Witch's health bar right there on the top left. Demon Hunter should be able to catch the Naga Sea Witch, honestly, unless the Naga has boots herself. She does have boots. Invulnerability will be used at the same time. I don't know if the Demon Hunter is faster with boots than the Naga. I think he might be. The Demon Hunter is going to go straight after the Naga Sea Witch, forcing a TP scroll actually back to the main base. Yeah, nice added pressure, honestly, and this is actually working well for VolanD. Surprisingly, he's going after the Acolytes. He's pretty much crippled the economy of Ente for now, as I soon find out that he has another gold mine being mined out anyway. Right now I'm pretty sure, I think VolanD... okay, VolanD does know that there is a haunted gold mine there, so he's just killing this gold mine just for the sake of, you know, forcing a rebuild. We do have a TP scroll able to be used there. Preservation staff will be used at the same time. Bear is gonna die, so I guess it was a lot smarter to just use the TP staff, honestly. Level 6 Demon Hunter, level 5 Panda. So the Panda's pretty much reached his most peaking power spike. I mean, he can go stronger with level 6 and level 7, I guess. But yeah, level 3 Breath of Fire, hopefully that will be excruciatingly impactful, because he is still losing fights. So 69 versus 55. Both players are still sticking to their low upkeep, but VolanD's still sticking to his double Ancient of Lore composition. I'm trying to see the faults of the Hippogriffs, honestly. I guess it's because they're pretty vulnerable, they're pretty fragile as well, but you know, then again, why does human players go for flying machines against these destroyers? Yeah, sure, they're cheaper and they're much faster to train, but like Hippogriffs, you know, they're good in itself as well. Now I can see what you get that level 6 right after that Demon Hunter. So damn, Ente is just making me look just making my statements false. It does seem like he is gonna get his heroes to level 6 before VolanD, but honestly that's only because VolanD can't kill that many things besides Acolytes. The sad part, he's losing his base, but if he backs now, I highly doubt he can actually push this away. Another base coming down on the bottom right, and another base coming down on the top left. We already have the base is already complete in the top left, actually. I have no idea what the Demon Hunter is, sadly. Oh, there he is. He's actually invisible. I am actually surprised that he would spend the gold to use that. Is the Demon Hunter actually invisible on the minimap? Okay, there he is. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in VolanD's mind here. I mean, maybe not deal with this necropolis, go straight after... Oh, never mind, this gold mine has been destroyed as well. Huh, that is... I did not see that. So I guess the fact is that VolanD is maybe in a pretty good shape. Maybe. he has multiple bases around. He has the possibility of rebuilding. But if Ente chooses to go straight after his army, VolanD's army, then I'm pretty sure he will steamroll the Night Elf. We have one Acolyte who I believe can afford a Haunted Gold Mine. So he's probably going to this gold mine here. He needs to be careful not to get picked off, and it was just unlucky that he chose to turn around at that time, because he would have picked off the Acolyte if he kept going, but no, the ghoul actually distracted him. Okay, this fight, it's not really good for VolanD, but he is picking it. He is invulnerable with his Demon Hunter. Will he get that Metamorphosis out right now? Silence is no longer available for Ente. No, we're gonna have an Abomination being taken out there. So 2 Dryads traded for 1 Abomination. I guess that's good. Yeah, I'd say so. Abomination definitely poses a bit of a problem there, and like 1 or 2 Dryads won't be able to affect things too much. VolanD getting his second base up and running. The ghoul will most likely be dealt with. Before he destroys this gold mine, yikes, he is attacking at a fast rate. He's actually moving pretty fast too. Huh. That's sad that he was killed immediately. I could not tell if he had frenzy or not. Alright. Doesn't seem like it. Nope. So VolanD is going to lose. Or at least he might lose. Is he going to go and defend? No, he is not. Haunted Gold Mine has been placed down on the top left. The Acolyte is going to move back home just in case any sort of assault. And I guess VolanD is just gonna base race. I don't know about that. Tree of Life is gonna get taken down, but like, yikes, look at all that gold already mined. Almost 10,000 gold has been mined out of that particular gold mine. Although I guess that was the natural expansion of VolanD anyway. So, well, he's definitely mined more than Ente has. Say that for sure. 3 of those moonwalls will be completed. Sadly, they won't be used in this fight. Like, if Ente is smart, he will take that down, or at least prevent VolanD from going into that. Mana Barrier is actually going to be used by the Naga Sea Witch. I'm surprised she didn't take the Tornado. Metamorphosis has already been activated by the Demon Hunter. Lich, Panda, Demon Hunter, all at low health. The Lich is going to be a lot more vulnerable. The Naga Sea Witch is going to get taken down by those Dryad Spears. The Demon Hunter is going to use the Moonwells, those crucial Moonwells that I did talk about before this fight. Demon Hunter has the possibility of going invulnerable with that TV scroll, which he will be using, but he will be using it next to the place. I guess it's all or nothing. Go after the Death Knight. The Death Knight, I guess there's not that many corpses that warrants a raised dead. Not like he had any mana to use it anyway. And the Demon Hunter is moving out, or running away. Uh-oh, the Lich. Yikes. Yeah, I guess the Lich didn't die. Huh. That was a miscalculation by VolanD, and he could potentially lose his Panda at the same time. TP Scroll, it's more of a desperation TP Scroll, TP Staff, honestly. And I would imagine that Ente wins this game. VolanD still has a bit of resources left. He could maybe Tavern revive his hero. I don't know what this is. Like, it's white chunks here, but like, I can't see anything. Might have been a map glitch. Yeah, Ente is not really letting VolanD from Tavern reviving. Okay, that was a weird Obsidian statue, honestly. So yes, the Demon Hunter is back. He is the better hero killer in this circumstance. Invisibility potion will be used. Not sure where he could go. Oh god, he's invisible again. Yeah, I don't know what VolanD can do. He has a wisp here, I think. No, it's a zeppelin. Huh. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Ente has the 5 destroyers. Like, no way VolanD can 1v7 this or 3v7 this. Mana burn onto the Lich. Silence will be used on the Demon Hunter, and Vulnerability Potion will be used right before he gets killed off. But I highly doubt that that is enough. Level 8 onto the Death Knight. This is the highest level Death Knight I've seen, like, ever in a cast. Obviously, I've seen it at all, but like, yeah, level 8 Death Knight. It's not like he's gonna use anything. Yep, Ente is slowly going to win. VolanD's not. He's very hopeful, but I think this is just maybe wasting time here. We shall see. VolanD is repairing that Entangled Goldmine, which will be out damaged, and yeah, not much can be done at this point. Demon Hunter will get to that level 7. Will he use that level 7? Probably not. Naga Sea Witch is coming out. Maybe the Death Knight, the Demon Hunter, can get that one last kill on the Naga. Metamorphosis will be used. Alright. Metamorphosis is such a cool ultimate. Like, not only that, it's good as well. You get chaos damage, health, splash damage. Sadly, it's not enough to solo an undead army. And then invisibility is used. How cheeky VolanD is. He still has Dryads. How does he still have his Dryads? Oh, okay. How does he still have his Dryad? Oh, he has another expand on the top right. Yeah, this is pretty much GG. Honestly, long ass game. I don't usually cast these long ass games, but since I haven't casted in a while, and you know, trying to struggle finding replays to cast because it's a lot harder on WC3 Arena. I'll just cast these random ones, honestly. Like, the tournaments are being covered by Back to Warcraft. Like, they're doing everything, man. So yeah, I'm gonna speed this up just for the sake of it. I highly doubt that anything major is gonna happen. The Demon Hunter is not gonna do much. TPing around, being cheeky, like, this is pretty much an outpost. This is not a base. This is just to enable the Demon Hunter to heal up. Okay, I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. We did have the gold mine actually sacrificed. Big fight here between these two heroes. Demon Hunter does have another invulnerability potion, but the Panda doesn't have that luxury. He does have the luxury of being preserved, though. Frost Nova able to pick up that kill, and the Lich gets that level 7. So, yes, in the end, I am wrong. Ente able to get all his heroes past level 6. At least VolanD got it as well. I mean, he can. If these Griffins weren't here, it would be an easy 3v3. But I don't think Ente's gonna do that. Maybe. Does he have enough resources to revive the Demon Hunter? No, I don't think that's enough for a level 7 hero. He has enough gold, but the lumber is a problem. There's a Zeppelin here as well. Still. And this is going to be the final Tree of Life. And that is going to be game. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this very elongated game between I am VolanD and King Time, otherwise known as Ente. I'll see you again next time. Take care.